Hey guys, so I'm doing a tiny bit of reading and I thought I would share a little bit of information on one of the things I love most about doTERRA. In fact, if you ask any wellness advocate what they love about doTERRA, why they've aligned with doTERRA, I'm sure right off the bat they're going to know a whole list of things, but at the top, I think almost without fail is going to be the sourcing model that doTERRA has in place. It is unlike any other sourcing model for any other essential oil company in the world, and it is called CoImpact Sourcing. So I want to give you a little bit of a glimpse into what it means and why it's so important. So in a quick nutshell, before we dive in, let's just say this. doTERRA is completely committed to going all around the world to source their plants from where they grow best, from their native habitat. So that means that our lavender is coming from France and Bulgaria. It's not coming from my garden outside. Our ylang ylang is coming from Madagascar, our vetiver from Haiti, our cardamom we source from Guatemala, our copaiba comes from Brazil. So in all of these areas where these plants are growing natively and they have the best soil conditions and the best climate conditions to create the most therapeutic and medicinal plants or trees or flowers. And beyond that, they're working with farmers and growers that have been growing these plants for generation. And not only is their whole intention, and this is important, to get the purest and the safest oils into our hands around the world, and we can be sure, we know this because doTERRA has third-party and in-house testing on every single batch of oil. You can even see on the bottom of an oil bottle the lot number to go in and run and see all the tests that were run on that liter of oil, which is pretty amazing. If you guys haven't gone on to sourcetoyou.com, you should do it. It's pretty fun. So we're getting, and also their standards are above organic, right? So sometimes people will say, well, what is CPTG? Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. Is that even organic? It is actually above organic. So did you guys know the number one, it's very, very costly and expensive to put a label of organic on anything, whether it's food or vegetables, fruit, whatever it is that we're eating, right? We all know that. It's really expensive for these growers and farmers. I actually myself go pick fruits and berries and peaches and apples from a lot of growers that use organic farming methods, but they don't have the organic label because it's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for them. And so as long as I can trust their methods, I will still bring those fruits and vegetables into my house. So also around the world, they don't all, everybody, Ghana, Madagascar, doesn't all have the same standard of what is organic, right? So what doTERRA has done instead is create a label certification of CPTG, Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade, and to fit that certification qualification, the oils have to be above organic in their purity. So we know that every bottle we get from doTERRA is actually not only just organic, but above organic. But going beyond that is even more exciting, and I wanted to get into the CoImpact sourcing and people coming in and out of my house. I'm a mom, you guys know how it goes, but I'm gonna keep talking to you because I'm on here. So I wanted to let you know a couple of doTERRA's main goals in creating CoImpact sourcing is one, generating jobs. So they seek really intentionally to reduce poverty through generating ethically responsible employment in essential oil education. So that is so important in what they're doing halfway around the world, in Madagascar, all over Africa. So by creating and sustaining jobs in rural and underdeveloped and even impoverished communities, doTERRA supports marginalized workers and small-scale producers in developing countries and seeks to enable them to move from income security and poverty to economic self-sufficiency. They also provide fair and on-time payments for these people. This is super important because this has not been the standard for either the essential oil industry or the perfume industry before doTERRA got involved. So doTERRA provides and promotes, like they're pushing this, they're encouraging this, fair pricing for all of these communities. A fair price is one that has been contractually agreed on through dialogue and participation, and it provides fair and on-time payment to producers and can also be sustained by the market. So they're paying these communities 4 to 10 times more, maybe even more in some cases, than what they were getting previously by the middlemen that would come in, take the product, and give them a small portion of what they then sold it on to the perfume companies or other essential oil companies, right? Okay, so they're generating jobs, they're providing fair and on-time payments, they're building supplier capacity. So this is important too. doTERRA builds the capacity of farmers, distillers, and producers of essential oils. Increased capacity leads to increased incomes for supply chain partners through improvements in farming techniques. We need this all around the world, right? Increased yields, improved process efficiencies, and strengthens productivity of the supply chain ecosystem as a whole. So what this is saying, you know, if you can read through all those big words, is that they're working from the ground up through every single level along the way to make sure that it's sustainable, that people are earning what they deserve, and that nobody is taking a cut from the top. They're also ensuring fair labor conditions. So CoImpact Sourcing requires all of our partners in all of these countries to ensure fair labor conditions and to promote safe and healthy working environments free from exploitative practices, thank you very much, harassment, and discrimination. That's important in my personal opinion. I'm guessing it is for you too. They also feel very strongly about sustaining long-term partnerships. So doTERRA actually goes in and develops long-term partnerships with these growers and distillers based on trust, solidarity, and mutual respect. So they're creating connections and relationships with these people. They're not just going in, taking their hard work, giving them a little bit of a stipend and leaving, right? They're actually saying, like, we want to work with you. We want to work with you long term. We want to give you what you need. We want to bring the oils back into the hands of families around the world, and we want to do it in a fair way that you win and we win. Everybody wins. They also promote cooperatives. Co-op, right? How good is that? CoImpact Sourcing supports and respects the right of all employees and producers to form and join cooperatives, kind of like a union, to bargain collectively and to maximize the benefits of collective organization. So if you're an activist at heart or at mind, that's going to speak to you. I think that's pretty awesome. It's ensuring environmental stewardship. It promotes the use of energy efficient technologies and renewable energy technologies to minimize greenhouse gas emissions. So doTERRA is thinking long-term and sustainable and safe for our environment, as well as all the other amazing things that it is doing. And last but not least, it is facilitating community development. So doTERRA recognizes that the well-being of communities surrounding our sourcing partners is key to the long-term viability of essential oil supply. So we want to increase livelihoods and improve living standards in these communities at large, which is one of the primary goals of CoImpact Sourcing. Premiums are often paid for CoImpact sourced oils. Premiums, the highest payment. And these funds, as well as contributions from doTERRA Healing Hands, our nonprofit foundation, are used to support community development projects such as the construction of schools, health clinics, training facilities, hospitals, water wells, and clean water systems. So you learn something new every day, right? Or maybe you guys already knew this but wanted to hear it again. Or maybe you didn't know it and need to know that this is one of the things that truly does set doTERRA apart. So we go to the ends of the earth to source the best quality oils, intently focused on partnerships with growers and distillers that adhere to these sourcing guiding principles, generating jobs, providing fair and on-time payments, building supplier capacity, ensuring fair labor conditions, sustaining long-term partnerships, promoting cooperatives, ensuring environmental stewardship, and facilitating community development. Thank you, doTERRA. I'm beyond proud to link arms and partner with a company that does all of this.